week 2 of me putting off this video because I don't want to get dragged, because I think it's gonna be an unpopular opinion. I don't really see people talking about this. People who like Zutara end up liking Dramione as well, which is, I don't know, I find it crazy, but you know, I get it because it's the same trope. I get why people like it. It just, personally, I just don't like it. The original video was going to be about enemies to lovers, as you can tell, right? But I was looking through examples, and let's just say it irked me a lot. Not a little, a lot. I noticed that a lot of people compare Zutara, which is the ship in Avatar: The Last Airbender between Zuko and Katara, with Dramione, and that's a ship between Hermione Granger and Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter. As we all know, don't we all know? And I can't stay silent anymore. As a person who enjoys the enemies to lovers trope and understands why people ship Zutara, I personally cannot understand that for Dramione. The comparison feels disrespectful to Zuko's own redemption arc. Maybe it's because Zutara is more like enemies to friends to lovers. I don't really care about who people ship who with. Well, I mean, I guess I kind of do. Since I'm making a video, I at least care a little. Or more like the comparison of the two ships. Because they're rarely the same. Like, is Lumity the same as Zutara or Dramione? No. Same trope, yet completely different characters. Let's get the small similarities out of the way for Dramione and Zutara. They both have enemies to lovers trope. Great. They both technically lived through a war. The girl is the protagonist, the boy is the antagonist. Plus, there are two specific arguments that are straight up annoying that are always brought up for both ships. The argument I always hear is that people only ship either Zutara or Dramione because of the actors or characters looking good together. And I hate when people bring that up. Also saying that people are using it as a self-insert, because I think that's just stupid. I mean, some people probably do, but I doubt the majority do. They're just not valid arguments. When I watched Harry Potter and read some of it, because I did read some of it, I know. I didn't expect people to ship Hermione and Draco together until I got into the fandom, because I wanted to watch some edits. And I stumbled upon the Dramione shippers. So honestly, it was a surprise when I saw it. Not because it was unexpected. Ships are everywhere in fandoms, and people like what they like. You can't go to a fandom and not expect ships. But because I didn't expect that the ship would be that popular. Now we go to Zutara. Probably a fresh wound for the fandom because the movie was leaked like a week ago. The potential was and is there. I wasn't surprised to find out people liked them together because I can see it. Mostly just shocked about the amount of hate it got. And to get this out of the way, Zutara is not the same as Mako and Korra. And guess what? I don't like Mako and Korra together. I found out there is a fanfiction that is very popular in the Harry Potter fandom, and like everyone references it. Didn't find out until later that it was a Dramione fanfiction. That's a story for another time if I ever read it, but I'm still shocked it's that popular. Zutara does have fanfictions too, but I never read them. And we all know Zutara is not popular in the fandom. Well, I would argue it is for its reasons depending on the person. I never saw the potential of Dramione being together because of everything Draco has put Hermione through, like calling her mudblood, and I don't know, jinxing her teeth to grow massively. And we don't know if Draco unlearned the things he was taught about Muggleborns. And you guys are probably like, that's the whole point of enemies to lovers. And maybe you guys are right, but there's something about them that I just can't see. Compared to book 2 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, I was surprised when I watched the cave scene specifically. I suppose Zuko did make her cry, but I don't think it was from his doing. By that, I mean him attacking her directly. He then opens up to Katara, to whom he relates to because of their mothers. It was like potential expanded in my mind. I've always heard about Zuko's redemption arc. I was excited, but then the whole thing of him betraying them, yeah, so moving on. Mind you, When I first saw Avatar The Last Airbender, I knew who the endgames were. It's kinda obvious, so I didn't really expect much in the romance aspect of the show. And I think the story itself plays a major part in why I believe you can't compare them equally. I'm pretty sure the last time Draco bullied or bothered Hermione was like 6th year, because 7th year, the trio don't go back, because they're trying to find the Horcruxes. Draco was like 16 years old, still bullying Hermione, to which, at that point in age, you know what's right and wrong, especially with bullying. Unlike Zuko, who grew, he realized that his decisions were wrong after betraying them and himself in that cave. Betraying 3 people at that point, and left the Fire Nation to help Aang to find the Fire Nation raid that killed her mother. This helped her with her grief for her mother and her forgiveness for him. He also apologized to his uncle Iroh, probably to himself too at that point, by helping the Avatar and making up to the rest of the gang. I mean, Draco does kind of have, like, I guess his, like, realization of his decisions being wrong, but that was, like, so late in the story. Well, is it kind of late in the story? I would argue it kind of was late in the story. I think it would have helped if maybe in the 3rd or 4th year is where Draco stopped bullying her and apologized. Tried to unlearn what he was taught. A lot of my issues would stop. I think Dramione is popular because of the potential it could have had. Like, a lot of it is carried by fanfiction itself, and it's cool that many creative people are taking their time to do it. Katara and Zuko grew close as friends. Even after the betrayal, Zuko made himself better, and we were able to see that he was able to unlearn all the things he was taught, and even bettered the Fire Nation when he eventually took over. Draco, I don't know if he unlearned anything, just that he knew what was right and decided to leave Voldemort and help Harry. It could have been cool to see that. I imagine Draco started growing in year 3 or 4, maybe a bit later on. Yet, going to the Deathly Hallows, he eventually joins Harry's team. I just personally think that it would have made the redemption much more better and wouldn't be as pressed for people liking Draco and Hermione, and comparing it to Zutara. Even in the final battle in Avatar The Last Airbender, we see that Zuko wanted Katara's help with Azula, and even took lightning for her. I think he would take it for any of the members if they were there instead of Katara, but they weren't. It was Katara. Katara was there helping him. But him taking the boat for Katara is like what I think completely finishes his redemption arc. His action spoke louder. I highly doubt Hermione or Draco would trust each other to fight. Hell, he treats Harry better than Hermione. I'm pretty sure the only one Draco would trust in the trio is Harry. And he did when throwing the wand back to Harry in the final fight. Overall, I just don't think you can compare the two. One actually has a foundation compared to the other. Maybe in fanfiction you can do the comparison, but canon-wise, not really. People probably just compared them because they would have a similar trope, or to prove the ship is bad or something. In the end, you can ship whatever you'd like. Canon or not, I don't really care, yet they are big in each of their fandoms. What do you guys think? Which ship do you like better? Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe.